So you might have known this if you'd seen the My Hero video, which nobody did, check that out by the way. But pretty much, I got into anime because of Instagram. Not only that, they introduced me to my first manga too. However, since then I've branched out into different communities. Reddit, Twitter, the weird college kids who still play Yu-Gi-Oh! And I kind of fell off the Instagram game. Until a couple of days ago, when I had some photos I wanted to post and I went to Instagram. Just like how you guys should go to my Instagram and like my photos. And after you do that, I can tell you all about how I saw these anime pages that took me back to the good old days. But you know what I realized? Nobody talks about them. Even a YouTube search gets us nothing but fan account tutorials. So I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna show y'all why the anime scene on Instagram is just as important, if not more, than all the others. This is an exploration of anime on Instagram. Anagram. So Anagram got me into anime, but I'm not alone. I know a lot of people who share that same experience, and I'm pretty sure some of you guys might have done the same. But nobody's putting any respect on my boy. People talk about Twitter all the time, but everybody knows you don't get your start there. It's kind of like how everybody talks about Charizard, but doesn't talk about the other two. And just like that fire iguana, you need somewhere to start. And when it comes to getting people into anime, Instagram is leading the pack. Why? Because it lends itself so well to fan pages. A lot of fan pages. So many fan pages that people make their own and call them spam accounts. I don't care about your spam account. Stop telling me to follow your spam account. Pretty much what I'm saying is gimmick accounts are making us degenerates. And I know you can make a gimmick account on any other platform, but the ones on Instagram are on fucking coke. Whereas places like YouTube or Twitter have you wondering if there's something wrong with your title, or if hashtags even work. Instagram just said, hey, have you heard of targeted ads? Well, why don't you come on down and help us make them? Because the thing with Instagram is, if you put a hashtag on a post, it is 100% of the time going to people who like that hashtag, which in turn incentivizes people to spam them. So now you've got all these fucking hashtags, some that barely have anything to do with the post. But because it's still loosely related, some people like it. Then the algorithm sees that you've liked a lot of posts with repeating hashtags. You're already following one, so you'll probably like the other one. We're gonna put more of that on your feed. And because the algorithm knows you better than you know you love it. Then the cycle continues, each time taking you 1 degree of separation further from the thing that started you off in the first place. A system like this means that I can like a political meme, but since there's an endgame reference in there, I'm probably gonna see more political Marvel memes. Soon enough, I'm gonna get non-political Marvel content, and next thing you know, I'm burning my own cassette tapes.
Wanna listen to some tunes?
And guess what? All of that applies to anime. And let me tell you, it works phenomenally. Because of a little something I like to call trickle-down Harunomics. So none of you know what trickle-down Harunomics are. And that's mainly because I just made that term up. But once I tell you what it is and how it synergizes with the Instagram algorithm, you're gonna understand how we got from here
an issue that affects us on a global scale. Weeaboos.
to here. Now I won't say I'm the first person to talk about this or even think of it, but I will say I came up with this idea entirely on my own. So the other day I went to my local hobby shop and I saw a Nami figure with just the hugest cans. But once that initial shock passed, I got a thought. Man, no wonder everybody thinks anime is weird. We're putting stuff like this on the forefront. Then after that first thought, something crazy happened. I kept thinking, wait, if we've always had stuff like this, then why does it seem like anime's been getting more mainstream these days? And then, as if Jesus himself had thrown a piece of cheese on my face, the answer hit me. You never show beginners the weird stuff. You show them entry-level anime. I'm talking your Narutos, your Dragon Balls. Shows that all have the strong suits of anime while heavily downplaying the more risque parts. And let me tell you, even some of those beginner shows are enough to get people hooked. Just like gateway drugs, you want more. Soon enough, you're putting up with just a little more nudity in your shows. Then you start getting used to raunchier concepts. After that, shows like
Ramanga Sensei
have you questioning if you're still a decent human being. And lastly, you've accepted every part of the medium, and now Boku no Pico is nothing more than a joke amongst friends. This is the driving force behind trickle-down Harunomics. Here, you have anime, and in it, every taboo you can think of. but also a lot of entertainment. We know you can't just feed it to people like this, because they'll immediately point out things they don't like and run away. So instead of forcing them to climb past personal hurdles, you drop them down more mundane things. You trickle it down, if you will. You're no longer telling people to swim up a waterfall, but instead guiding them up a stream. And once the anime community figured that out, we were on a roll. Oh, you like superheroes? Boom, my hero. Hey Snoop Dogg, you like violence? Bam, fucking ninjas. More and more people were falling into the cycle, and things were good. But you remember how I told you this was the main driving force behind trickle-down Harunomics? Well, I didn't just say that for semantics. I said it because there's another piece to this puzzle. And that's where Instagram comes back into play. If you remember, the algorithm is designed to feed you new things bit by bit. It gradually takes you from things you're comfortable with to things you've never even heard of. Now, what kind of medium could not only survive, but flourish in that kind of environment? See what I'm getting at? Harunomics got its final and most important piece, a way to streamline the whole process. But that's an understatement. This whole process is more akin to a virus. You have people, at least in the US, that are constantly starved for content. So much so that they might follow a Snoop Dogg fan page on Twitter, just to see what he's up to. And everything will be fine until one day this happens. They share a picture of Snoop Dogg hugging an anime girl, which is, it's pretty funny. So you like it and you move on. Then the next day, this pops up on your feed. The Pharrell music video. Him and Snoop ain't in super similar genres, but you like them both, and this music video is kind of cute. So again, liked. Fast forward a week, and your feed looks like this. And just like that, Anagram is born. And not only that, it becomes our strongest tool for indoctrination. Heck, I'm pretty sure they popularized the term weeblet. But I'm pretty sure some of you Redditors might say otherwise. That's like the 5th tiny jab I've taken at Redditors, and I love you guys. It's just too easy for some. No, that sounds even more mean. Forget I said. So once you found your love of anime on Anagram, you skedaddle, like me, right? Well, I haven't been completely honest with y'all. I didn't leave immediately. In fact, I jumped even deeper. That's right. Your boy Banana Man ran an anime meme page. Does this make the video biased? Probably. Does that mean you should stop watching it? Well, you're already this far, might as well stay. The meme page was fun, and some of our posts actually did decent. But in the end, it just wasn't the attention I was looking for. But that's not the point. The point there is that you can be a more intense weeb on Instagram. There's a place for it. I mean, there wouldn't be that many pages on there if there weren't also that many people willing to spend their time to share their passion. If you're super passionate about any show or genre, chances are you'll find a page dedicated to just that. And if there's not, you can make one, and probably make it successful too. The anime communities on Reddit or Twitter are a little broad and require some basic knowledge. And even then, they're limited to how deep you can really go into that rabbit hole. But Anagram lets you find that passion, it nurtures it, it makes you get lost in the smallest of things. The anime community on Instagram is probably the biggest and most important one out there, because they're actively spreading the love of anime to anyone who will even look their way, and then turns those people into one of us. I hope this video convinced y'all that Anagram is such an important part of the scene. I know it's reminded me. And I even got inspired to revive my old meme page. It's now been rebranded as the official YouTube channel account, but I'm leaving all the old memes on there for y'all to enjoy. And I might even post some more. So this time, for real, go check out the Instagram page. And with that, see ya. How they synergize with the algorithm. And let me tell you, it works phenomenally. There was no sound. Hey Snoop Dogg, you like violence?